All right, y'all, come on in. Got just a minute here. I want to talk about something very briefly. Damn, it's cold. Okay, we're gonna go with who we got right now. This it'll go up later. Um, is my magic working? First of all, let's define what magic is. Uh, One definition of magic: magic is just inner power. So when we say is my magic working, is my inner power working? The answer is yes. No matter who you are, yes. Yes, it is working. Everybody is working magic. Now, the difference between different people is that there are different degrees of understanding of your power and your abilities. Okay? So, uh, you may have gone to school and you had this dream of, I'm going to be the first person in my family to get my college degree. And I'm going to get my degree and I'm going to go and get me a job and such and blah, 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 blah. Peace, Brother Marcus. Um, well, we are taught that that's goal setting, but in reality, it is a form of magic because you projected an image in your head and you took the steps to crystallize it into three-dimensional reality. Now, the problem is we've been given limits to what we can do so that you see that as something safe and something that you can accomplish, and then maybe other things you may see them as like, oh, that's beyond me. So then by you creating that barrier of it being beyond you, then it remains forever outside of your boundaries, your capabilities. Magic is nothing more than your realization of just what you can do. Okay? So I want to give you just four quick things. You may be wondering, is my magic working? Okay. Well, here's four quick things just to really magnify what you got. All right. Things I've touched on before, but I'll say it again. Okay. Four quick things. One, knowledge. See, the more knowledge you have of your capabilities and of yourself, then the greater foundation you have to do more and to explore more. Knowledge then begets number two, which is confidence. Peace Almighty, Brother Luis. Good to hear from you. Um, Knowledge begets confidence. The more you study yourself and your capabilities through what different modalities, you gain more confidence. That's number two. Now, as you get more confidence, you start applying more. It's just a natural progression. So we'll say number three is execution. Because that confidence, although you may have an initial degree of confidence, it can wane if you don't have any application uh, uh, of what you have learned. So one piece, Sister Erica, one is to have knowledge. Knowledge begets confidence. Confidence then has to be applied, which is execution. Now here's something uh, we're gonna kind of take a little turn. The fourth thing is you have to have acceptance. See, like I said, everybody is working magic. It's just that some people don't realize it. Once you become aware of your capabilities and the fact that you actually are the master of your ship, then you start actively moving in that capacity. Well, the next thing is you have to accept your own magic. Now, what I mean, and we're going to put these in less spooky terms. Let's just put it in more mundane language. Once you ask something and get an answer, anytime you ask a question of yourself, or if you want to call it the universe, because you're all intertwined, anytime you ask a question, you must get an answer. Now, the answer sometimes may not be what you want to hear. So then uh, you don't, it's not, you don't accept it. Okay? And then you still say, well, I'm looking for answers. Well, you've gotten it. Right? Then you can take over the world, Craig. That's right. Um, so that little simple process of asking and getting an answer, that is magic. Magic. It's that simple. It's not, you may be thinking that you're limited because you're not like the ancient one on Doctor Strange, where you could, you know, make all these buildings turn over and turn into steps, and you walk across the buildings and this and that. You might be looking for something like that. Great question. How do you clearly recognize your answer? By being perceptive. That is the whole point of thinking outside the box. Because when you think outside the box, you see your answers all over. It might be you when I was telling y'all about divining through your iPod shuffle. You can get an answer that way. You can turn on the television and your answer pops up. You can be your babies might bring you, like my son is he'd like to go and grab stuff and bring it to me. That can be an answer in that manner. It's about being tuned in and open, and not expecting your answer to come from some source that seems like it fits into the conscious paradigm. So like I'm meditating and I'm waiting for my answer to come through my meditation. It might not even come that way. The meditation can just be a way of setting up the canal for the answer to come down through. The answer might come, you driving down the highway and you turn on the radio and a song come on. It is, the magician is always tuned in, always looking. Everything is spiritual. Everything around you is spiritual. So get yourself in the mind frame. Peace Almighty, see Ray. Get yourself in the mind frame of staying connected or tuned into the frequency, so that wherever it might come from, don't expect it to look or be packaged all beautifully and to look divine. And you must have eyes and ears to see and hear. Correct. Being aware of what you ask for, you'll see the results, because that's what you're waiting. Exactly. You have to get answers. You have to. There's no such thing as you ask a question and you don't get an answer. That's a law. That's cause and effect. The cause is the question, the effect is the answer. Another thing, and then I gotta go, is that don't think because something doesn't jump right out immediately that your efforts are in vain. Let's say you're doing something and you're looking to bring about a certain result, and you don't see it materializing right now. That does not mean that your efforts are in vain, or that you're lacking ability. Things happen in the time frame that they will happen in, because really and truly, unfortunately, we're confined to a paradigm of time, but time is not does not really exist. So although it seemed like, man, we've been suffering for a damn, how long is this shit gonna continue, and blah 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 blah, and I'm tired of this. And what you have experienced is nothing but a blip on the radar, just a blip on the time continuum, you know? So don't lose faith in your own power because you don't see it in the time frame you think you ought to. You know, after all, aren't you eternal? And I know I'm telling you this. This is the danger of me, because this is mass communication. When I say these things, I have to, I have to, I have to wear what I say immediately because of the power of mass communication. I a lot of times I say these things and it comes right back and it retests me. Since you putting it out there, it's gonna retest you. But you know, this is the truth. We have to keep this in mind. And this is called comes back to being confident. You can't lose confidence in yourself and your abilities. Is there a certain way to pose your questions? No, no, exactly. Intentions are very important, Erica. Uh, your intent. Look at the word intent is pressure. So intention is still coming back to your mind, because it's where are is the power of your mind, where is it concentrated? When you talk about tension, you're talking about concentrated pressure. Where's the tension, the pressure being applied? So yeah, that's a good point. So no Malaki, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Or Malachi, I'm sorry, Malachi. My fault. I'm acting like I ain't never did Reading Rainbow. Malachi. No, no. How you pose a question is how you pose the question. There's no formula that it's got to be in, because your soul knows what your, like Sister Erica said, knows your intentions. That's the key. Um, so I just wanted to drop that real quick. Um, uh, no matter who you are, you believe it. Your magic works. You best believe it. It's just that on this quest that we're on, we're becoming more aware of what our capabilities are. Now, just a heads up, April 13th, I think that's a Friday, this coming Friday, April 13th, I'm going to do this lecture on the hidden meaning of Trump's wall. And if you are a member, an adept member of Masters of the Cosmos, then you're going to get the code to be able to get in to participate in a lecture. Um, if you're not, then you'll be able to purchase a seat for the lecture. It's going to be through Zoom technology or the Zoom platform. Um, Basically, kind of just a virtual classroom where you'll be able to ask questions. I'll be able to share my screen. I'll be giving out a lot of information. Going to be an in-depth conversation on symbolism. It's going to be historical. It's going to be metaphysical. It's going to be a very, very informative time that we'll have together. That's April 13th. If you are an adept or a member of the Inner Sanctum on the Masters of the Cosmos website, I'm going to send out an email with the information about the time and everything in the lecture. So if nothing else, make sure you go over and sign up as an Inner Sanctum member, and all the information will be there. But April 13th, we're going to get down and we're going to do some uncovering. All right. So Let's see what else we got. Marcus says the higher you go, the darker it gets. The deeper you go, the darker. Close your eyes, you see darkness, and there's where everything comes from. Don't ever. Right, right. Good point. All right, so I got to go in and uh, take care of my business. Just work out real quick. But yes, your magic is working. The only thing that you need to be concerned with is, like Sister C. Ray says, that your eyes and ears are open at all times and you are paying attention. All right. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay up, stay down until you get up. And when you get up, stay down. It's Brother Jamal, Master of the Cosmos.com. Peace.